Hey all, welcome back to my channel. I'm actually going to do a Q&A video for dentures. I have a list that I wrote down only because my memory is complete crap due to, well, I have kids and my autoimmune and my brain's all foggy. So the first question I'm going to do is, will my dentures need adjusting? Of course they will. The less adjustments, the better. If you do too many adjustments, your denture will become big and then it would be ridiculously to get it suction. You want to use limited amount as possible. When it comes to up here, of course you're going to need it only because as your gums shrink, they go up more and I mean, it's going to hurt. So when it comes to over here, yes, you will need them. I've only had like 2 or 3 and it's been about 2.5 months now. So it really depends. But just remember, if you're in pain one day, in about 4 days, it'll be a lot looser, your denture. So try to hold off on getting an adjustment in other spots. If like something's rubbing up on it or whatever, because it will go away. Again, the more adjustments you get, the bigger your denture is going to be because they're making them wider. So just be careful of what you do with that. Will denture change my speech? It did not change mine at all. Everyone's completely different. There are people that have had a problem with it, especially if they gag on their denture, if it's too far back. Your dentist can make your back palate a little smaller, but don't go too small. Again, you will lose suction and liquid would go up there. But I know gagging is a problem for some people, but that your body has to get used to it. You have a foreign hard object sitting in your mouth now that your body just has to get used to. It's going to take time. Some people it takes a week or two. Some people it could take a month. Everyone is very much totally different, but please talk to your dentist. They might have other ways to help you. As far as speech, what I know is that singing helps more than talking, but if you read out loud every night and every day, twice a day, helps people a lot more. Don't read to yourself because that defeats the purpose of learning speech. Read out loud to yourself. And the more you talk, the better off you are. If you're a chatterbox like me, you'll be fine in a day. But honestly, my dentist was so shocked that I didn't have a problem. He made me say Mississippi multiple times because he thought it was cool. So my speech was not really affected. I mean, certain words with G in it because my tongue hits the back part of the palate. But other than that, my speech wasn't affected at all. So everybody is completely different, but practicing, if you can't sing, it don't matter. Sing it out, bro. Just let it out. It doesn't matter. It's your speech and you want to get better with it because again, there's something hard in your mouth and there's now less space. So your mouth's got to get used to it. It's like, a baby speaking for the first time. Emphasizing words, it does take time. Some people have more issues than others. So read out loud 30 minutes twice a day and you'll be good after like a week or two. I know some people it took like a few days. Some people it took like a couple weeks to a month. It really depends, but it does get better every day. Just know that. But remember, the first week you're swelling like crazy. So don't be too hard on yourself. Just let your body do its thing. Will it be difficult to eat with a partial denture? It's difficult to eat with a denture regardless. Partial or not, it doesn't really matter. Partials do clip to the teeth that are good. So honestly, I think you have less problems with a partial than you would a full denture. Like I said before, full bottom dentures are a pain in the ass only because they just go flopping everywhere. You bite down, they flip up top. You bite in the back, they flip up front. And they're just sitting on top of your gums. They're not actually, suction to anything like your top denture. So the bottoms will need adhesive, good soft reline like Denture Fit, which is awesome. It's a silicone soft reline. It is expensive, but worth it. It's not like the other ones you see over the counter or like what you get at your dentist's office. It's not a horrible taste either. And it is silicone and it suctions really good. And I've seen many people, if you look on YouTube and see all these videos of Denture Fit, there's many people that will show you how amazing it is. But whether partial or not, you're going to have problems. But honestly, in my eyes, you have less problems with a partial than you do with a full denture, especially when it comes to the bottom. The next one should be, how long should I wear the denture? Now, this is a good one because everybody asks this. It is preference. Now, they say it's a hit and miss, let's be real. Some dentists say don't do it because, yes, you're putting more pressure on your jaw. You're going to mess up your TMJ joint. You're going to cause more bone loss. There's a lot of problems with that. You're not letting your gums breathe. If you constantly have your denture in your mouth, I mean, cleanliness is part of it. You're now having yeast trapped up in your mouth. Yeah, you could take it out once, let's be real, most people do, to clean it a day. You're not letting your gums breathe. You're not letting things heal. If you have sores, I take mine at night, out at night. That's just what I do. And like my son just had a kid sleep over, and it was the first time somebody else would see me without my denture, and which made me feel awkward. So I did take it out at night, but my son did have the respect to give me time in the morning so I can get my denture back in, because I'm not used to having somebody out of my norm yet, to take out my denture and show people. I'm not even used to it yet. So, I mean, I do joke around with my kids, but that's another story. But when it comes to, letting you, it's very, people keep saying take them out at nighttime. Just let your gums breathe. You don't need your teeth in at nighttime anyway. But some people, like I just said, don't feel comfortable with their spouse around, even though with your spouse you should feel comfortable. They should be like, your close best friends, but it is our insecurity, especially when you first get them done, having somebody see you without your teeth. And it is hard to get used to, so it is very understandable. I mean, but there are health reasons to not keeping them in 24/7, especially infection wise. You can definitely get a gum infection if you keep them in 24/7. And you need to let them breathe, and you're actually pushing your gums down more. And when you take them out, it gives the gums time to, like, what I like to call inflate, and go back to its normal spot and heal whatever you need to heal around there. Let the the bacterial stuff wash away with your saliva, because yeast and everything gets trapped in our denture. Food particles, bacterial particles, like everything gets stuck in there. Our denture adhesive is like a sponge, if you look at it that way. So, I mean, it's really your preference. I mean, you can keep it in for like a few days, and then one day, if like no one's home or whatever it is, you could just let it breathe for half a day or something. But it is for cleanly purposes and better for your bones if you don't have something hard sitting on your, jaw all the time. When I did that for the first week, my TMJ joint hurt so bad. And I have TMJ issues to begin with. And the denture definitely hurts mine. There are exercises you can do for TMJ, and I am going to do a video on that too this week. Since I'm quarantined, I'm stuck with my kids and the crazy hair, because it's the first day of quarantine. I'm already going to lose my mind. But since they're sleeping, I figured I'd do a video. But as far as keeping your dentures in long enough, if you're going to keep them in all the time, make sure you take them out a couple times a day to clean them and do what you got to do for good oral hygiene. And your dentist can prescribe you a antiseptic mouthwash that they use at their office that will also help take away bacteria. So again, it's your choice, but there are benefits to keeping them out at nighttime. Let's see. How do I take care of my denture? Well, cleaning is number one. Cleaning is top priority. I use Fresh and Bright denture paste. It's like toothpaste, but it's not toothpaste. Toothpaste, please don't use toothpaste on your denture, guys. Don't. A lot of people don't know this, but toothpaste is made for your real teeth. It is abrasive, and it will ruin the crap out of your denture over time. Do not use it. Do not use regular toothpaste at all. People think, oh, it doesn't seem the problem. Well, the first time you use toothpaste on it, it's not going to be a problem. But as time goes on, it's going to eat it away and destroy it. And you're going to see it through the time ruin your denture. Do not use it. It will break it down. Our real teeth are stronger, and they're healthier, and they're better. And, I mean, they're real bone. So toothpaste is not a problem for it. But there are special denture pastes for cleaning your dentures. And like I said, Fresh and Bright denture paste. It's actually like not even $3. And it lasts like, it's what, been 2.5 months, and my one tube is still lasting. I think I just need to get more now. And I scrub mine so good at nighttime. Once I take it out and, take off all the adhesive and do all that, I scrub my denture side by side, getting every little spot I possibly, like, it's bubblified, if that's even a word, but I just made it. So don't be judging. It's a new vocab for me, but it's totally bubbly. And I scrub the inside last, the trough and stuff, because that's the most bacteria. And I clean that super, super good. And then I rinse it off underneath the warm water. And then I put it in my cup of fun. And I let it sit overnight. If not all the adhesive came off of it, it's not a problem, because adhesive melts in water, which is why we're a gooey mess when we take out our stuff anyway, because it melts in water. So if you're worried about, getting your adhesive off, don't, because it sits overnight. It will dissolve. Problem solved. In the morning, I use Polydent 3-minute tabs and just soak it in there. And I just hop in the shower. I obviously leave it in there for more than 3 minutes, probably like 10 or 15. And then I brush it with the Polydent stuff, make sure, because it's antibacterial. So you get all the bacteria stuff in and out everywhere. No problem. Dry it off really good, put my adhesive in, and pop it in my mouth. So it is essential to make sure your denture's clean, because it could be a petri dish for bacteria. So please make sure you clean your dentures thoroughly. You will find what works for you. Everyone does. So don't sweat it. It took me time to see how I wanted to go about it. I did do brushing with denture paste morning and at night. So I realized, why am I doing it morning and at night, the denture paste itself, when I just scrubbed it really good about 6 hours before, and I haven't even used it. Just sat in water. But I did use Polydent first thing in the morning to antibacterial it, and because it's been sitting in water and probably bacteria, and I want to soak it and just make sure everything is done and good. So if you do have any questions about what I used or anything, I do have it in previous videos, but I also can answer any questions that you have or direct you. It's good. But the more you scrub, the better off you'll be with cleaning wise, especially at nighttime after you eat all that food and stuff. You don't want anything sitting in if you have soft reline. I mean, definitely the Polydent I love. I put the Polydent in the water first, and then I flip my denture upside down where the trough is facing the water, and then I put it in so it bubbles right up in there and just disinfects. Importance of maintaining your gum health. It's extremely important. I can't stress that enough. You still can get abscesses. You still can get sores. You still can get infections. Just because your teeth aren't there doesn't mean you can't get infections. Use a separate soft bristle brush, not the same one you use for your denture, and put regular toothpaste on that. You don't want to get denture paste in your mouth ever. Always take out your teeth to clean your teeth. But use regular toothpaste, what I do, and I scrub my gums really good. The roof of my mouth, every orifice of my mouth, I scrub it really good. Repeatedly, sometimes a little too long, but I clean it really, really good. Gum health is essential. Still use mouthwash. It's antibacterial. It'll clean it out. Even if you keep your denture in all the time, having that antibacterial cleanse that when you take out your denture, it gives you a good head start of killing everything. So please still clean your gums. A lot of people think, oh, I don't have to brush anymore once I get rid of my, get dentures. No, you still do, if not more now, because you have to do your dentures and you got to do your gums. So it's no longer one whole entity now. It's now two separate. So it's more time consuming. It does take more effort. Another question. How long would it take for me to get used to wearing my dentures? Everyone is different. Everyone. My speech was fine, but me having something hard in my mouth is absolutely annoying. I bite down, often. Not as often, but I still do. It irritates the crap out of me. I'm like, why the hell am I biting down on this? But I keep doing it. I can't stop myself. It just happens sometimes. Just sitting watching TV and I'm chewing on my teeth. I don't know why. But you will get used to your dentures. It does take time. Eventually, it's going to come to a point where you don't even notice it in your mouth. The only times I do notice it is when my adhesive just didn't work well for me that day. and it's now lowered in my mouth. That irritates me. Like I normally use the Ultra. Today I used the Scope, and I don't think I held on to it long enough, but now it's like sitting lower. It's annoying the crap out of me. It's driving me nuts today. So they're going to be coming out soon, but it takes time. Please have patience with yourself. Everybody thinks that one person's story is the same as the next. You will eat. Like with me, I thought, oh, I was going to eat for a year, nothing good, blah, blah, blah. First of all, my GI issues and my disease is way far worse than dentures of me not being able to eat. But when it comes to eating, what worked for me is, yeah, when I first started out, of course, eating was painful. But I was slow and patient. I was calm, took my sweet ass time, and I just chewed normally. And, I just took my time. It hurt. I just pushed through the pain. A lot of people just stop and just stop with their dentures and just take them out and be done. No. How are you supposed to get used to it if you keep taking them out of your mouth? So keep them in your mouth and work slowly. Be patient. Take one single meal one day at a time. It does get better. Like, I can't believe it's been 2.5 months today since I've got my denture. And that went by pretty freaking fast, dude. Like, I didn't think it was going to be that. It was like freaking crap. It's just going to take forever. I was eating normal foods by 3 weeks to a month. And now, I just ate a peach the other day, which I was a little afraid to do that. But it actually was not a problem at all. I got softer peaches, but still not a problem. But be patient. Don't think that the person that you just spoke to that couldn't eat for a month is your story. Because some people just take out their dentures and can't be bothered. And be like, oh, they expected that high expectations thinking they could eat a week later. No, that's not going to happen. It's practice. Your gums are now really soft and weak, and they have to get used to the hard acrylic. So they have to get used to the pressure. So the more you work with your gums and take your time and chew and eat foods, the better you will be. You want to start off, with eggs and mashed potatoes and stuff like that for the first week. Then after the first week, you want to go for say hit a crock pot and you could put a pot roast in there. And you know how it's super tender after 6 hours being in there and it's falling apart, and eat that. It helps tremendously. I tell people not to do rice at first because rice can get stuck in your dentures because they're so not fitted after a week. And also if you don't have dentures, they can get stuck in your sockets. Depends on the rice though, of course. Everyone eats different rice. But you have to be patient. You absolutely have to be patient with yourself. You can't just be like, I can't deal with the chewing pain, or when you take your denture in and out. Taking your denture in and out for the first week was a nightmare for me. I hated it. But I just put Benzodent all around it, waited 5 minutes, put my denture back in, and I sucked it up. I sucked up every bit of it, and I pushed through all of my pain. And I know everyone's different, and everybody likes to do things differently, but that's what works for me. Pushing through the pain. Just take my time and go slowly and do things that helps and works for me. But you got to be patient with yourself. Don't have high expectations and take one day at a time. That's the only thing that's going to help you. If you think that you're going to be back on solid foods eating a burger after a week, you're out of your mind. It's not going to happen. Not at all. Unless you're a very rare case of 1 in a million. Because I've never heard of somebody being able to do that. Unless it's cut up in tiny pieces and go from there. But when you do first bite into a sandwich at first, make sure you, I broke it off and then ate it. Don't bite in automatically. I wasn't able to bite into food for a month. Especially because up here was super, super sore on me. Let's see. Next question. What haven't I covered yet? What is a removable partial denture? A removable partial denture is a partial denture. It is partial a full denture. It is no longer full. It is say you have I have 8 front teeth of my real teeth, and then I would have something that clips on that and have maybe about 3 teeth on each side of molars and would clip on. It would be a partial. It is a clip on half a denture is what I like to call it. Is not fully complete, which for the bottom, it's probably a lot easier to do because I'm afraid of a full denture on the bottom. Like, they're terrifying because they just float on your gums. They don't stay there. Like, you have to make sure they stick on there with something like adhesive or a really good soft reline, like really good. And you also got to find your chewing spots. You have to eat on both sides. If you eat on one side, the one side's going to flop. So if you have a good soft reline and you have a good fit and you don't want to use adhesive, please chew on both sides. I know we are so used to eating on one side in case we have a cavity here or a bad tooth here, or, you just favor that one side. I mean, I always favored my right side over my left. But I've noticed that when I broke my thing, I favored my left over my right. But then I had to get used to eating on both sides. But just please be patient with yourself, guys. You have to understand that this is a process, but it goes fast. It does go fast. And if you take one day at a time and live your life and don't base your life around dentures, don't care what the freaking person down the road thinks, because I don't give a crap. Like, I really don't. My life is my life. I'm not going to base people's feelings and, why does my life affect them? They're not even in my freaking life. So don't let other people get to you because it's not worth the problem. It's not worth the hassle. It's your life, your teeth. You're doing this for your well-being. You're not doing it for the person down the road. You're not keeping your crappy teeth because you're afraid that you're going to be judged. That's what's wrong with freaking people. They're so quick to be negative and judge than actually have your back and support each other through any process. That's why I make these videos. It's like a diary for me. And if I can help somebody along the way, that's friggin' awesome. Because that's why I do this. And many people ask me questions, even though I'm new to dentures, so I can answer anything up to temporary dentures and all that. Permanent dentures would be a little easier to do. Just don't break them. But be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. You don't know what the person goes through, down the road or a mile away or whatever. Don't judge people based on their looks. It is not right and it's not fair, and you wouldn't want people to judge you. So always care for others and don't let negative comments affect you. It's not worth it. It's not worth your sanity. It's not worth, you don't even know them. And out of nowhere, they're just going to be hateful. Like, let them be hateful. What happens if they have bad teeth problems and they're just jealous so they're acting that way? Then let them act that way. If that's what makes them happy, then so be it. But you don't have to stoop down to that level. So just realize that you do matter and your health matters. And you did this to benefit and help yourself. Do not be down on yourself. Please know that this does take time. It is a process. It is a mental process as well as a physical process. I mean, when I first looked at myself without top teeth, it sucked. Because I went from having great teeth and then 2 months later, I had to fucking take out my top teeth because of an autoimmune suppressant. Like, it sucks. But I came to terms with it because it is what it is. Yeah, I'm 33 years old and I have dentures. But shit happens. I can't change it. All I could do is look forward and realize that I'm in control of my destiny and whether I'm going to take it badly or put a positive spin on it. And if I could take my experience and help someone else out along the way that's just starting this journey or suffering for whatever they're going through, then I want to do that. Because like I do that with my autoimmune. I'd rather help people and turn something crappy into something amazing. If anyone has any other questions, don't hesitate. Sorry, I'm fighting with my phone. Don't hesitate to message me. Don't hesitate to email me at byrnes1223@gmail.com. I will put it down below. And don't hesitate to comment if you have any questions you want answered or you want to see if anybody else has an answer to it or whatever the case may be. I hope you guys have an amazing denture day. God bless and stay safe.